Alright guys, so today we're going to be looking through my Pinterest boards, and more specifically we're going to be looking through my board that just has a bunch of stuff that's relatable to me and stuff that I kind of just connected with, and yeah. Alright, so let's go ahead and get on to the video. I hope you guys like it.
Alright. Ooh, this is the one that's really gonna let you get to know me. So let's do maybe the top 5 ones, like the most recent ones that I've pinned to this board, and we'll do the first 5 that I ever posted to this board, or pinned to this board. Alright. College students be like, 4 o'clock, wallow in self-pity. 6:30, dinner with me, I can't cancel that again. 7 o'clock, wrestle with my self-loathing, I'm booked. If I bumped loathing to 9 o'clock, I'd have time to lay in bed and stare at the ceiling and slip slowly into madness. I can 100% relate. Alright, moving on, next one. So we've got the like SpongeBob meme where he's sitting in the cafe by himself, frowning, and it says, LMAO, y'all ever get to a point where you can't even tell your closest friends what's going on in your life? And that's relatable. Like, I feel like I have a decent amount of friends, but at the same time, like, I feel like I'm not super close with many of them, so I feel like we can talk about like the superficial stuff. Like, I don't know, I just feel like I think sometimes a lot of our conversations are the same and we kind of talk about nothing but something at the same time, if that makes sense. Like, we're talking but nothing of substance. Like, you get the occasional debate or like deep conversation, but other than that, I feel like I've never really talked about any legitimate problems that I've faced with them. If I have, it's been very rarely and with very few people. Just because I feel like I'm the type of person that kind of bottles things up, which is why, and I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but like, I'm not a crier. I don't cry often. Maybe like I can count on my hands the amount of times I've cried in the last year. And because of that, when I do, like, it'll be something small. When I do cry, it's because of something really small, and that isn't really the cause. That's just kind of like the trigger. And it's because I've kept all of those emotions in for so long without actually letting them out. But you know, that's my life. That's what I'm living with. So we're gonna keep going and pretend like I didn't just spill one of my like deepest, darkest secrets with you guys. All right, moving on. Does anyone else find it crazy that you can be so depressed and no one around you notices? Not your parents, not your siblings, your friends, your teachers, your classmates, no one. Like, you can literally be on the verge of tears, drowning, and everyone is totally oblivious. I can relate. Like, I wouldn't necessarily say I'm depressed, but I have been in an emotional state before, and like, it sucks having to feel like crap emotionally, physically, or otherwise, but to pretend that you feel just fine. It sucks hardcore. But I think I've gotten used to it, and I'm not saying this is an often thing or something that happens often. But it has definitely happened before. Like, I remember one time, and looking back, it's not this big of a deal, but like I said, when I cry, it's because I've kept things bottled up for so long. But I had this AP Stats test, and I had studied for the past like 2 weeks for it. And like, I legitimately studied. Like, I did all of the homework, I did the review, I did practice problems, I asked other people for help, I asked the teacher for help. I did about everything I thought I could do. And I took the test, and I thought that I was gonna do really well because I thought I'd pass at least. And the reason that I put all of that effort into it, because I don't usually do that with my classes, to be completely honest, but the reason I put so much effort into it and all of that is because I've been doing the same amount of bad on all of the tests in that class and all of the quizzes and stuff. Like, I haven't scored above maybe a 68% on any of the tests in that class. So I went in confident, I was ready, you know, I knew I could do this. I get in and I look at the first question and I go, what the hell is this? It was like in alien language. I lie to you not. But I get through the test and I'm already feeling like crap because I don't think I've passed. And when the grades come out, I am so hurt. I can tell you, I'm not going to pull up my grades or anything because that's too much right now. But I got like a 60%, a 61%, and that's with studying, and that's worse than I have done without studying before. And I am so hurt. So I think, you know, maybe I wasn't the only one that failed. So I go and start asking all my different friends. I go asking, hey, what'd you get on the stats test? I got an 80. Oh, well, good job. Hey, what'd you get on the stats test to a different friend? I got like a 72. Oh, all right. Go to another friend. Hey, what'd you get on the stats test? I got, let me check. I got a 90. It was super easy. Wow. I thought so too. All right. And I'm sitting here at lunch and we're talking about the stats test, and my friends are talking about it and what questions they got right and which ones they think they got wrong and which FRQs they did and which ones they were confident in and how they wish that they could have done better. And I'm just kind of sitting here thinking to myself, am I that crap of a student? Like, can I not do something that everyone else thinks was pretty simple, that everyone else thought they should have done better on, and I'm sitting here barely passing this test? And I just kind of sit there silent for a while, and they're still talking, still conversing, and then I get up and I go to the bathroom, and I cried in the bathroom. And I just kind of sat in there in the stall crying for like a solid couple of minutes until I I got myself together, wiped my tears, dried off my face, and I walked back and sat down at the table while we were eating lunch and pretended like everything was normal. And, nobody said anything. I don't think anybody noticed. I actually don't think I've even talked to any of my friends that were there that day about this, so this is going to be funny, and this is going to be weird when I actually see these people tomorrow because I still go to school with these people, but we're just gonna move on. That was a long story and we're gonna move past it. All right, next one. Have you ever had a depersonalization moment when you look at yourself in the mirror and think, wow, this person is me and I have this body and this life and everything feels so strange. Why am I me and not someone else? And it says that it's a symptom of anxiety. And that's crazy because, I don't think I have anxiety, but this I have definitely done and I've definitely felt before. So that was a little weird. Oh my goodness, I'm shaking a little bit after telling that story. Wow, this is weird. Maybe this will be a good thing, just kind of venting a little bit. Because I'm not the type of person that lays all my problems out to everybody. I'm not the type of person that posts on social media when someone passes away in my family or when I go through something. That's just not me. So maybe this will be my way of a little venting here and there. This one is so accurate. Oh my goodness. Do you ever just get the overwhelming urge to cry because you think you're not going to go far in life because you're not as smart or as talented as the people around you? This is something that I've struggled with for a while now, just because I've kind of just been coming to grips with the fact that I'm a pretty average human being. I'm not super tall, I'm not super short, I'm not super attractive or super ugly, I'm not super smart or super dumb. I'm just kind of that awkward middle stage. My grades aren't super good, but they're not super bad. I'm not a super great singer or a super good dancer or anything like that, but I'm also not terrible at those things, and it kind of scares the crap out of me that I won't be able to go anywhere in life or succeed at anything because I am average. And if I feel average in high school, I can only imagine how I'm gonna feel in the real world where there's a huge an even greater pool of people. So that's a thing. Moving on. Even I used to like have like mental breakdowns thinking that I wouldn't even get into college because of that, which I have gotten into college, so that's at least out of the way. But like that's crazy. All right. This one, I know I only said that I was gonna look through 5, but this one is me. I swear you guys are gonna think I'm like depressed or something after this video. Are you ever just overwhelmed by the horrifying thought that maybe nobody actually wants you around? And it's not that you think anyone hates you, but it's just that you're not special to anyone. And that it's really kind of sucky that you're about 98% sure that nobody thinks, wow, I just really like talking to her. And that you could probably just disappear without anyone caring too much. And as depressing as this sounds, I actually relate to this pretty hard. Like, my parents have been trying to move for a while now and just move out of where we've been living now. And so I used to have whole like hour-long just time periods where I would think to myself, like, everyone that I'm friends with would probably be just fine if I moved. And after like a week or two, or maybe even like a month, probably wouldn't even miss me or like think about me all that much. And I say that to say, because regardless of what we say now, and I don't know, maybe they'll say something different to me when they see this video, if they see this video. But I've moved around a lot, even through like middle school and elementary school, and it's the same story every time. You move, you maybe stay in contact for a little bit, a conversation here or there, like each other's pictures on Instagram maybe, watch each other's stories, and then as time progresses, you stop opening messages, you stop sending messages, that person's name starts to cross your mind a lot less, and it's just something that happens naturally. So, like, I don't know, I just feel like I don't really make that big of an impact in anybody's life, and that's something that I kind of struggle with sometimes, but I'm trying to come to grips with it, especially now that we're all going to be going to different colleges soon, and it's just something that I'm gonna have to deal with it. Oh my goodness, I feel like I'm getting stuffed up. I hope I'm not getting sick again. You know what, maybe we'll just make this video about going through this board and just me venting to you guys a little bit.
Alright, so now that we've gone through some of that Pinterest board and you guys have gotten to know a little bit about me, I think we're going to go ahead and end this video here. But I do still have a lot more pins on that board, so I think I'm going to do a part 2. I guess we'll see you in a few days. Bye. And don't forget to like and subscribe.